We are now starting our next session. Today we got all five different sessions. All sessions have been kept keeping students in mind. They are all useful for the students. You are all pursuing now degree course. In a year or two, you will qualify and you will be looking for a job. You will be preparing for a job. So preparing a resume for job and preparing for appearing for interview is an art. We have got with us Mr. Rajan Gaonkar to speak on this subject. He is very eminent faculty on this subject. He has been conducting various seminars and that. To formally introduce Rajan Gaonkar, I invite Nirmal Ganatra, our present secretary and president-elect, to introduce Rajan Gaonkar.
Good afternoon to all. I introduce Mr. Rajan Gaonkar. He is a director and founder, organization RG Consultancy and Global Skills. Rajan is founder of RG Consultancy, which provides expert guidance to MSME and startups for developing a strong business strategy and business growth. He is a director and co-founder of Global Skill, Job and Skill Applications. It's a social enterprise venture to help the underprivileged youth. He has early worked with Johnson Control as a director, along with Blue Star and Philips. Rajan holds an MBA from JBIMS, Mumbai, and a postgraduate degree from XLRI. He has undergone training at IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Kolkata. As a contributor towards the society, he has involved in various CSR activities and worked for many NGOs. He is actively involved in many social and industrial related activities. He is past president for MILT, Mumbai chapter, and past president for iShare, Thane chapter. He is a core committee member of IGBC, Indian Green Building Council, Mumbai chapter. He is a mentor and guide for management and engineering students. He is a trainer for leadership development program, presentation skill, communication skill, personality development, workshops, etc. He has twice won the Best Speaker Award at the MILT convention in 2019 and 2020. I formally welcome Mr. Rajan Gaonkar. Thank you.
Good afternoon. That's better. I think you had tea, so I think it should be louder, yeah? So at the outset, let me thank Rotary Club of Mulund for inviting me today. The president who is there today, as well as, Nirmal who invited me, and Sudhir Joshi ji. It's a privilege, and he told me to come a bit early so that I could see the program, and I was really surprised, and I learned a lot of things today being here, from 10 o'clock onwards. So I think rather than me telling you all something, or maybe it's not a formal training as such, but in half an hour I'll try to see what best I can cover. But I learned a lot of things in the last couple of hours, and I think hats off to all of you all for this VLS programs. A big round of applause for entire Rotary Club of Mulund. I think the way the children were speaking, I don't think they need this training, frankly, because the confidence that you all are carrying, and I think with the kind of mentorship that you all are getting from the entire VLS team, you would definitely be kind of, coming out with flying colors in your life. But nonetheless, I'll try and, in this next 30-35 minutes, try and cover as much as possible. And rather than keeping it a one-way session, I would like to have it more interactive, So you can stop me anywhere and you can ask questions. I'll try and make it in English as well as in Hindi, English as such. तो अगर आपको कभी भी कुछ questions है आप रोक सकते हैं, मुझे पूछ सकते हैं, and then we can continue. Right? Is it okay with you all? All the students? Okay, good. Nice to see that, So basically in life, if you can see, I mean, most of you all have potential, But what happens is if that potential is not converted into kind of, I would say, achievement. So there is an opportunity which is there. And if that opportunity is not taken well, your talent and potential is of no use, because it's important that you make use of the opportunity that you get. So here also many students would have applied for this particular scholarship. But out of those, only few students have been chosen, So you made good of the opportunity that you got of this VLS kind of, sponsorship or loan program, whatever it is. Similarly, if you prepare, you will definitely get a better success if you are not prepared. And many a times what happens is people focus on their technical skills, If I am an engineer, if I am a doctor, if I am doing nursing, if I am doing hotel management, or whatever your core technical skill is, people feel that, we should focus on that. But soft skills, I will divide this into technical skills and soft skills. Soft skills are equally important. Okay, so while my subject is interview, I'm just going a little bit on the other side of communication, which Mr. Kirit Bhai also was saying, the last C that he said, communication. So communication is also very, very important, because what you know and how you communicate it to the audience is very important. मुझे सब कुछ आता है, मगर अगर मैं वो कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पाऊँ सामने वाले को तो उसका कुछ फ़ायदा है क्या? नहीं है ना. मुझे सब कुछ आता है. एंड मेनी अ टाइम्स यू विल फाइंड लॉट ऑफ इंजीनियर्स. आई गो टू लॉट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस एंड स्पेशली आई फाइंड दैट these इंजीनियर्स they don't focus on the soft skills. They know everything, but when they go for an interview, they are unable to speak properly. They are unable to really gauge the interviewer, and that's the reason, in spite of knowing all the things, they are unable to crack the interview or get success in that particular interview. So because of lack of time, I'll just go forward. Can we change the slide if you don't mind? Yeah, so when you go for an interview, generally, there are two parts, one is the company, right? I think I'll operate it, that would be better. Okay. Yeah. Can you keep this like this? I'll only operate. Yeah. No, yeah, so I'll just use it the way I want it. Yeah, so there is a company. Okay, so as I told you, I would like to make it a little interactive rather than, just one way. So there is a company and there is a candidate. So what are the expectations of the company from a candidate? I think अभी तक आप लोगों ने पढ़ लिया रहेगा वहाँ पे क्या लिखा था स्लाइड पे, but still, yeah. I hope you all are not sleeping. Right, so I saw these three girls speaking so wonderfully well, and I think that's the way I would like to have your response also. What is it's not something rocket science. तो company का क्या expectation होता है from a candidate? Yeah. Is there another mic? Okay. Yeah, बोलिए.
Hello.
Sir, as you told, technical skill is important, but while you are sharing your knowledge, confidence is the most important thing. Like I have given various interviews in TCS and I also got selected. The one thing they have told that when you are talking, that you are smiling and you are spreading positivity. So it shows your confidence that you are very determined about your role. Thank you.
Excellent. What's your name?
Shweta Chandra.
So you all are sisters?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, please. Yeah. Yes. आप हिंदी में बात करो, मराठी में बात करो, कोई भी लैंग्वेज में, but not necessary that you should speak in English. Yeah. Somebody else had raised his hand. और भी हाँ.
Sir, hello.
हाँ हाँ बोलिए.
आपने जैसे पूछा कि कंपनी क्या देखेगी, तो इफ़ सपोज मैं खुद हायर कर रहा हूँ किसी को, तो मैं क्या देखूँगा कि ये जो बंदा है और बंदी है, ये मेरे कंपनी में क्या वैल्यू ऐड करेगी, मेरे
Very
को
good.
किस टाइप से प्रॉफिट करके देगी, और इसको
Excellent.
कौन से स्किल आती है जो मेरे कंपनी के लिए बेनिफिशियल है और
Very good, very
प्रॉफिटेबल है.
good.
उससे मेरा भी वैल्यू, मेरे कंपनी का भी वैल्यू बढ़ेगा, एम्प्लॉय का भी वैल्यू बढ़ेगा, उसकी वजह से अपने कंट्री को भी हेल्प होगा.
Excellent, excellent. What's your name?
प्रद्युम्न पाटिल.
Pradyum, very good answer. Yeah.
थैंक यू सर.
Yes.
Sir, company would like to see if that candidate is that much worthy for that post and how confident he is in his skill set and his knowledge, whether he is able to work efficiently in the company culture, as well as what if he can manage the clients properly with his communication skills and all. Can he transfer whatever is in his head to the other person? So that things will be judged in candidates.
Very good, very good. So he spoke about value that he can add. You spoke about skills, knowledge transfer. Very good.
Sir,
Anyone?
can he be along with the individual contribution, can he be a good team player so he can motivate other people
Yes,
and
yes.
work properly?
Yeah.
So that they can be
Team player,
check-
yes, very good. Yeah. Nice. What's your name? Arpit. And what was your name? Girish. Thank you, Girish. Yeah.
Anyone here?
Actually, they have covered. Yeah, my name is Shubham Sharma, sir. Actually, they have covered all the points, but I would just like to add in the point companies have a criteria already that they should know such and such language if he or she is a software engineer. Apart from that, I feel that an interview is just to see the one-on-one interaction, how they would be reactive, how would they tackle a problem sent by an interviewer. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Anyone?
So one more
You can
point.
tell your name.
Okay, my name is Ashish Sharma, and one more point that I'd like to add is that if a person is going for a particular interview to a particular company, then he is required to know what is the background of the company. So he could, crack the interview and give all the answer, which is particularly relevant to the company. So yeah.
Yeah, so he spoke about how a person is, good at interaction with others, interperson relationships. And you are talking about the company, He should know about the company, the financials, the background, the competitors, the market share. Yeah, so very good. Yeah. So I'm trying to cover the points on the slide through this question answer so that, we can save some time.
My name is Siddharth Suryavanshi. There are two important things. One is decision making and non-judgmental attitude.
Oh, very good. So decision making is very important in today's world. So decision making, non-judgmental attitude. Don't judge anyone. Yeah, good one.
The interviewer will expect how transparent that person is while being in an interview, or how confident. And the second thing that an interviewer will look, whether that person is into money, or he wants to earn more, or he wants to grow or get knowledge more. So the interviewer can judge based on whether he is looking more money into, whether he wants to support his family, or he's on his own and he's trying to get knowledge from our company. So how he can add value and how we can add value for that candidate, but
Very
for
good.
that particular candidate.
Yeah, so she spoke about transparency, basically honesty, And Kirit Bhai also said that, you have to be ethical. And I think Rotary is into that, truth. So I think you should always be honest and truthful. That's what being transparent and honest, that's a very high value. And she also spoke about what is the need, whether this person is needy. Second is need means this person is only money obsessed, or he really wants to work with the company to learn something and grow, So I think fantastic answers. A big round of applause for all of you all. So, I think most of the things that you all spoke has covered, but I'll just quickly run through it. So there is certain role, I mean, when the company is calling you for an interview, so there is a certain role. It could be a sales manager, it could be a factory executive, factory manager, or whatever, XYZ. That role, whether the person will fit into that role properly, that's what first thing the company will look at. And does he have the attributes to match the company culture? Someone said about the company culture. So I think she spoke about TCS. So Tata companies have a certain kind of culture, which is there. So software companies have a culture which is different. Hardware companies are different. So there are different companies having different culture. And honesty, truthfulness, or being very aggressive, go-getter. So these are some of the qualities people look at, I mean, how that person is and whether he will fit into the company culture, which is very important. Is he an individual or a team player? Rightly pointed out by one a friend of ours here. Whether he is a team player or he is just an individual. Because if you have to win the match, only Sachin Tendulkar alone cannot win a match. He needs to be a team player. All of you all, if you are a team player, then the team can 1 plus 1 can become 11. Does he have the professional and technical skill needed for the position? So many a times you should check whether you have the technical and professional skills needed for that position. And if they are not there, then it's kind of a first requirement. So you don't apply for that position. Okay. Does he have good soft skills, communication, leadership? So these are some of the important things which are there. We'll go a little deeper into that later. And does he take initiative? I mean, some of you all now took the initiative of answering the question which I asked, which is very important. It shows that this person is a self-starter. Okay, he is a kind of a future leader who can be groomed. Is he creative and innovative? Again, she spoke about out-of-box thinking, during the earlier session. So yeah, that's very, very important, thinking out of the box. Next. So go back, don't change the slide. Don't change the slide. So what are your expectations as a candidate when you go for an interview? What is your expectation? हां बोल हां
म्हणजे आता इंटरव्ह्यूला गेल्यावर एक्सपिरियन्सचं विचारलं जातं स्पेशली किंवा जनरल नॉलेज. तर आता माझी मुलगी फार्मसी करते, फार्माला आहे ती बाहेर, तर त्या संदर्भातलं जनरल नॉलेज विचारलं जातं की अजून थोडंसं म्हणजे ह्याच्यातलं राजकारणातलं वगैरे किंवा काय असं. तर त्यावेळेला कसं त्या मुलांनी हे करायचं प्रिपरेशन इंटरव्ह्यूसाठी.
व्हेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. So she is asking ki as a fresher when he is going for an interview and they ask a general knowledge question or they require some experience, तर कसा उत्तर द्यायचं. तर मी पहिलं मराठीत सांगतो, मग त्यांना कन्वर्ट दॅट. तर जेव्हा कोणत्याही पोझिशनसाठी ॲडव्हर्टाईजमेंट केली जाते, तर एखाद्या समजा एंट्री लेवल पोझिशन आहे, समजा बी फॉर्मला एंट्री लेवल पोझिशन आहे, तर त्यांना असं एक्सपेक्ट नाही केलं जाणार की जे काही 5 वर्षाच्या एक्सपिरियन्स पर्सनला नॉलेज हवं ते त्यांना जे त्यांच्या शिकलेले आहेत एज्युकेशनमध्ये त्यातलेच क्वेश्चन येणार शक्यतो. तर त्यांची एक काय म्हणतात, एक पहिला खूपशा कंपनी टेस्ट घेतात, एक रिटर्न टेस्ट असते. मग त्या रिटर्न टेस्टमध्ये त्यांचे टेक्निकल स्किल्स इव्हॅल्युएट केले जाणार आणि हे बघितलं जाणार की पहिल्यांदा त्यांना ते त्यांचं बी फॉर्मचे जे शिकलेत ते वेदर दे अंडरस्टूड ऑर नॉट, की त्यांनी फक्त आता ते शिकले त्यावेळेला आणि विसरून गेले. ओके, तर ते पहिलं ते टेक्निकल त्यांचं इव्हॅल्युएशन होतं. ते टेक्निकल इव्हॅल्युएशन केल्याच्या नंतर जो सेकंड पार्ट असतो तो कधी कधी ग्रुप डिस्कशन असतो आणि ग्रुप डिस्कशनमध्ये त्यावेळेला वेगळे टॉपिक्स दिले जातात, वेदर इट कुड बी ऑन एनिथिंग अँड नॉर्मली दोज टॉपिक्स आर जनरल नॉलेज, कारण कोणी ते आन्सर करता आलं पाहिजे तसं असतं. आणि इंटरव्ह्यूमध्ये काय असतं, मिक्स असतं, तुम्हाला टेक्निकल असतात आणि सॉफ्ट स्किल्स असतात. तर त्याच्यामध्ये पण तुम्हाला जर का टेक्निकल्स विचारले तरीसुद्धा ते तिला येऊ शकतील किंवा त्याला येऊ शकतील असेच क्वेश्चन्स असणार. त्याने जर का प्रिपेअर केलेलं असेल आपल्या जे काही त्याच्या डिग्रीबद्दल व्हेरी वेल आणि थोडंफार त्या संदर्भात फ्युचरमध्ये काय चाललं आहे, म्हणजे इफ यू रीड अ न्यूजपेपर, तर सध्या आता बायोटेक्नॉलॉजी म्हणा किंवा 5G म्हणा किंवा देर आर लॉट ऑफ टेक्नॉलॉजीज विच आर कमिंग इन, तर ते जर का त्याला रेलेव्हंट असतील त्या फील्डमधले, तर ही शुड ऑल्सो नो अबाउट समथिंग अबाउट दॅट. सो वेन यू टॉक अबाउट जनरल नॉलेज दे मे आस्क अबाउट समथिंग विच इज हॅपनिंग, की बाबा त्या इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये सध्या काय चालू आहे, त्या इंडस्ट्रीमधले लीडर्स कोण आहेत. बायोकॉनमध्ये आहे मिसेस मुजुमदार आहे किंवा त्यांच्यामध्ये आता मिस्टर मित्तल आहेत किंवा रिलायन्सने काय केलं 5Gमध्ये, आता 5G ऑप्शन झालं. तर त्यामुळे त्या फील्डमधले ते क्वेश्चन्स येऊ शकतील त्यांना. त्यामुळे दे डोंट हॅव टू वरी की मला असं काहीतरी विचारतील की एकदमच म्हणजे वेगळं असेल किंवा एक्सपिरियन्स माणसाला विचारलं जाईल असं. मी आन्सर केलं तुमचं क्वेश्चन? इज ओके. हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड ऑर समबडी वॉन्ट सम क्लॅरिफिकेशन? ओके, या सो आई वॉज आस्किंग अबाउट व्हाट आर द एक्सपेक्टेशंस ऑफ अ कैंडिडेट. या कैंडिडेट का आपका क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस रहेगा जब आप इंटरव्यू के लिए जाते हैं, तो आपका क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन रहता है फ्रॉम द कंपनी? व्हाट इज दैट यू वांट टू नो? या उनको माइक.
Basically, when we are looking for a job, first we will do some research as a candidate कि मैंने मेरा ये क्वालिफिकेशन है, तो इंडस्ट्री में इस क्वालिफिकेशन के लिए जो फ्रेशर्स होते हैं इंडस्ट्री में कितना पे आउट है एक पर्टिकुलर कैंडिडेट के लिए जो एज अ फ्रेशर ज्वाइन करना चाहता है. तो मैं कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर अप्लाई कर रही हूँ, तो basically first thing which I will go through is the job. First thing to focus on is the job description, not on the money side. Of course money is also important, but first thing to look upon is the job description. जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन मतलब मुझे करियर में बेसिकली जैसे मैं अकाउंटिंग फील्ड में हूँ, बट अकाउंट्स में भी जैसे बहुत सारे अलग अलग सब डिविजन्स होते हैं, तो मुझे एग्जैक्टली कौन से फील्ड में करियर परस्यू करना है ये मेरे को पहले डिसाइड करना है. उस हिसाब से मुझे जॉब्स सर्च करने हैं. मुझे जो भी अगर जॉब ऑफर्स मतलब जैसे मैं गो थ्रू करी तो जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन मुझे गो थ्रू करना पड़ेगा. आई हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट इज़ द नेचर ऑफ द जॉब बिफोर इवन गोइंग फॉर द इंटरव्यू एंड अकॉर्डिंगली देन प्रिपेयर फॉर द इंटरव्यू. तो जैसे अगर मैं अकाउंट्स की बात करूँ, अगर मेरा फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग प्रोफाइल है, तो मतलब मुझे जो अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स है वो प्रॉपर्ली आना चाहिए. सो उस हिसाब से टेक्निकली प्रिपेयर होना, एज सॉफ्ट स्किल्स भी ऑफकोर्स उसके लिए भी प्रिपरेशन करना पड़ेगा. और बहुत सारे कंपनीज़ में ग्रुप डिस्कशंस भी होता है, सो इवन फॉर दैट ऑल्सो वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर. फर्स्ट इज़ टू किक स्टार्ट विद अ करियर, वी नीड टू डिसाइड कि कौन से फील्ड में अपने को काम करना है. दैट इज़ बिकॉज स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट अगर अच्छा हुआ तो फिर आगे जाके अपने को एक पाथ मिलेगा बेसिकली. और सेकेंड पार्ट इज़ एज आई सेड द मनी पार्ट. मनी पार्ट बिकॉज एटलीस्ट एज अ कैंडिडेट आई विल एक्सपेक्ट कि जो इंडस्ट्री में जो पे आउट हो रहा है एटलीस्ट आजू बाजू में कहीं मेरे को अगर थोड़ा बहुत कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ भी करना पड़ा, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बहुत अच्छा होता है, पे आउट में भी थोड़ा कम हो सकता है, बट वी कैन कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ विद इट बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली वी हैव टू लर्न एंड अर्न. दैट शुड बी आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव.
Very good, thank you. A big round of applause for her. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, anyone else? Yes, यहाँ पे.
I think whether my skills are getting valued in that particular organization, or they are like just going through it and taking the name on their behalf, whatever I do, that's totally wrong with me. So I think whatever I do is done by me. So I think it should get valued very well by them.
What is your name?
Samruddhi.
So you are in school or you are in college?
I'm in college, first year.
Okay, very good. So you are talking, as a very kind of a matured person. Yeah, it's very good. So you should, very valid, she said, you should be valued. That's important. It's not that हम लोग जॉब के लिए कैसे भी जाए और कुछ भी करें. वेरी गुड. या
सर, पहले तो हम जो कंपनी है उसके बैकग्राउंड में जानेंगे कि वो कंपनी कितना पुराना है, कितने साल से मार्केट में है, उसका क्या टर्नओवर है ईयरली. ये ना हो कि 6 महीने में उनका काम बंद हो जाए, हमको भी टाटा बाय बाय कर दे. तो वो बैकग्राउंड जानना जरूरी रहेगा हमारे लिए.
वेरी गुड. तो ये मतलब इनको कंपनी का बैकग्राउंड इज इम्पोर्टेंट. या
So the selection of the candidate must be on the credibility of the candidate rather than someone's relatives or मराठीमध्ये जसं आपण वशिला बोलतो तसं कोणी न सिलेक्ट करता की फक्त बाकी लोक इंटरव्ह्यूला बोलवले तर आम्हाला ऑलरेडी त्यांचं ठरलेलं आहे आणि फक्त नावापुरता इंटरव्ह्यू घेतात असं काही नसावं. आम्ही जे आहे त्याची व्हॅल्यू करून सिलेक्शन व्हावं.
व्हेरी गुड.
I think that an expectation from an employee towards the organization is that if you are getting that learning curve, during while you're working there, and what value addition it is adding to your experience along with working with the job and getting the better pay. So that value addition and that learning curve is important, because अगर वो job stagnant हो जाता है, then it becomes monotonous for a person also to grow there. So in order to grow, you have to get through, constantly keep learning and growing in that organization.
Very good. I think learning and earning. So you also said, what's your name? Sorry. Preeta also said the same thing, and learning and earning. So I think learn and earn is very important. Many a times when we actually look at, I mean, she rightly said that we should look at money later. So initially, some few years back, जब हमारे ज़माने में था कि first 10 years, you know, that's what I feel. We should spend on learning. Next 10 years, we should go for designation, you know. And then last 10 years, we should go for money, because if you learn, you become very strong. Then whatever you want, you get the designation in the next 10 years. And once you start getting the designations also, the money actually follows. Okay, but many a times people go the reverse way. First they focus on money and then other things. Okay, but now that cycle from 10 years got compressed to 5 years a few years back. But nowadays, that 5 years, in fact, probably could have again, you know, वो cycle और 3 साल का हो गया रहेगा शायद. 3 years learning करो fast, 3 to 5 years, then 3 to 5 years designation, and then money will automatically, you know, follow. If you follow your passion, if you really are good at your work, you will not have to run after jobs. You know, people will, or the companies will run after you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I am Harshad. Actually, I was up here for one interview, and they given a condition like you have to work on a site. So in excitation, I said, okay, I will work it. But after some months, I regret it, because I'm not very suitable with working in a site, because sometimes food gets not matched, and I was ill that time. So while in an interview, you just ask the questions, what are the requirements, like if you want to go on a site, what will be the amenities will you like suffer given to you. So this is the big like a question as a candidate I should ask.
Very good, very good. Yeah. Thank you. Madam, you wanted to say something?
सेम पॉइंट आई वाज, मेरा जो ये 30-35 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है, सेम आई वांटेड टू टेल दैट कि फर्स्ट यू कॉन्संट्रेट ऑन लर्निंग, वॉट एवर मनी यू गेट यू डोंट बॉदर, वो उससे आपको बाद में अच्छा जॉब मिलने ही वाला है, और पैसा तो बाद में आता ही है, बट फर्स्ट कॉन्संट्रेट ऑन लर्निंग.
I'll request anyone wants to share ना, because यहाँ पे जो बैठे हुए हैं, तो मुझे खराब लग रहा है कि मैं इनके सामने बात कर रहा हूँ. ये सब धुरंधर, मतलब they are all well accomplished people here. Okay, so if anybody wants to say anything, please feel free, you know, and because we have to contribute finally to the children's lives. Yeah.
Hello. Hello, I am Dhairya Takkar and I am in the final year of engineering. So as an engineer, I would say that there is a long list of expectations, but there are first three. That first, it should be an MNC, of course. कि बाहर फॉरेन कंट्री में भी उसका हेडक्वार्टर्स हो तो आपको काश अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल जाए, और किसको डॉलर्स और पाउंड्स नहीं पसंद सबको पसंद है. तो फर्स्ट इज दैट. सेकेंड इज एटमॉस्फेयर ऑफ द कंपनी, उसका कल्चर वो आपके साथ मैच होता है क्या. एंड थर्ड इज जॉब सिक्योरिटी. टाटा इज आई गेस वन ऑफ द फ्यू कंपनी जो एम्प्लॉयज़ को निकालता नहीं है, अगर खुद रिजाइन करे तो बात अलग है. सो इफ़ यू डोंट हैव दैट प्रेशर दैट जॉब सिक्योर, जॉब चला जाएगा ये, तो यू विल वर्क बेटर. इफ यू डोंट हैव दैट जॉब प्रेशर, हाँ जॉब सिक्योर है, मैं अपने हिसाब से अच्छे से काम करूँगा, तो आई विल बी सेफ इन द कंपनी. So these are the first three things that I would expect from a company.
Oh, very good. But I'll say that, you know, I mean, slightly disagree with you on a couple of points. One is MNC. Nowadays, Indian companies have become Indian MNCs. You don't need, you know, so we have to be proud of our own companies like TCS, Wipro, Infosys, even Reliance. And there are so many. I have worked with MNCs, I have worked with Indian companies. And I can tell you, the Indian companies I worked with, one of them was far better than the MNC. It had all that what you said. It gave me good training, it gave me good money, it gave me good designation, and job security also. Second thing, the last thing you said is job security. In today's world, there is no security about job anywhere. Okay, those people who want job security go to government. But the thing is, if you go to government, see, it is like a trade-off between high risk and high returns. Okay, you will have a limited earning in government if you honestly work. Okay, so if you honestly work, the earnings will be limited. But if you feel that, yes, you are very confident about your own talent, your hard work, smart work, you should go into the private sector, and you will see the company will run after you if you are good. बट यू से कि नहीं मैं काम भी नहीं करूँगा, मेरा काम भी अच्छा नहीं है, मुझे जॉब सिक्योरिटी भी चाहिए, कोई भी कंपनी नहीं देगी आपका वैल्यू. शी सेड नो, you value yourself, but you also value so much. I mean, you create your own value so much that the company actually, see, there is a lot of, I mean, people are here. When we used to actually search for talent, we used to find out the people in the industry who are very good. So when I used to recruit people, I had 500 people reporting to me. So every month we had to hire people because कुछ कोई ना कोई छोड़ के जाएगा या हम निकाल देंगे. हमारे यहाँ जॉब सिक्योरिटी नहीं था. I was working with a MNC for 10 years. ज़ीरो जॉब सिक्योरिटी. आज रिक्रूट किया, कल भी निकाल सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे मैंने 10 साल तक काम किया. बट येस, द थिंग इज, इफ़ यू आर गुड, द कंपनी विल टेक केयर ऑफ यू. That's a very simple bottom line. I mean, you add value to the company will add value to you. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll go to the next slide. I think इसमें काफ़ी time लिया. So what you said is, second point is culture. It's very important. I mean, the culture अगर हमारा और company का match नहीं होगा, then it is kind of, over a period of time, she said, थोड़ा आप bore हो जाते हैं. If the company doesn't give you job rotation or something, then you will also not feel comfortable working in that company. Okay. Understand the role that is there, which is very important. Ki bhai, you should not be applying to each and every job vacancy it is there just because you are graduated. Okay, you should see first of all whether that job role is suitable for me. Okay, and then you apply for it. Yeah. Salary, benefits, work conditions, yes, that's the obvious thing. These are called hygiene needs, And what will be the scope for his career growth? Someone said, no, कि भाई पहले हम लोग अगर कंपनी में ऐसे, and madam also said, learning. If you are getting a little less salary, but if the company is known for training its employees very well, first join that company rather than, joining a company which will give you a higher salary, but it may not really groom you further. Yeah. So these are some of the expectations of the candidate. So I have broken this into pre-interview, interview, post-interview. This is actually a 4-hour session, but I'll try and see how much I can cover. Yeah, we'll go to the pre-interview preparation. Go to the next slide, please. So जो हमने अभी discuss किया है, I will not talk about it too much. That's the reason I wanted the feedback. जो हमने नहीं discuss किया है, वही हम लोग वो points cover करेंगे. Study about the company हमने discuss कर लिया है. Before going for any job interview, I mean, you should know the company very well. उसके website पे जाइए, Google check कीजिए, Wikipedia है. There are many other avenues which are there. Study the company, उसका financials क्या है, अच्छी है company, profit making है, नहीं है. What are the things that they are giving for their employees? So study that. उनके competitors कौन है, उनका strength क्या है, weaknesses क्या है. So when you go for the interview and you are there in front of the interviewer, he will be impressed. Yes, this fellow has really studied about the company, is serious to join the company. Okay, study the job description which I said very thoroughly, and then you have to match your skills with the JD or the job description which is there. CV, biodata preparation. So many a times while preparing the CV, we generally, prepare it. थोड़ा हम लोग ध्यान नहीं देते. So there are many, I am not going into the details, but if you go do Google search, you will find various kind of formats which are there. And then there are certain people who are professionals at preparing a CV and biodata. So if you want, after not immediately as a fresher, but maybe after 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, you can take the help of people who prepare this CV professionally, At this point in time for fresher, आपका basic things which are there, everyone knows, how to put it. That's fine. 1 page, 2 page, this thing is fine because you will not be judged more on your CV, but by the interview that you give. Okay, so I'm not focusing so much on that because CV में क्या होता है, experience जैसे जैसे add होता है, वैसे वैसे you can actually make your CV more and more strong and more powerful. But now you can put some of your technical skills as a summary, soft skills as a summary, and give some examples where, about your achievements, etc. Yeah. Strategy. So, the strategy is basically before going for an interview also you have to have some strategy in mind how you are going to approach for that particular interview. So some companies require certain kind of people, I mean, if there is a sales job, then what is the kind of expectation they will have from the candidate? His communication skills should be good, he should be well groomed, he should have good communication skills and all that. So prepare that in mind and then approach, and when you are going, even, in fact, right from the applying for the job to going for the interview, entering the cabin, how you are going to go there, wish the interviewer, how you are going to stand, how will be eye contact, everything you should kind of prepare in your mind first. Yeah. And do a rehearsal of all that. So best thing to judge whether you can crack an interview is do a rehearsal. Call your friend, sit with him and ask him, tell him to ask you some very tough questions. Okay. And when he asks you some tough questions, you will know then and there whether you are able to answer it. So they can be both technical as well as soft skills oriented questions. So ask him and ask him to prepare on his own. And this you can do in your groups also, एक आप group form करो. ग्रुप फॉर्म करके आप एक टर्न बाय टर्न आप एज अ पैनल भी बैठ सकते हो, अगर आप फ्रेंड्स हैं आप पैनल में बैठो, आस्क समबडी सम टफ क्वेश्चंस एंड देन आस्क हिम टू प्रिपेयर. Grooming. So grooming is very important. When you go for an interview, it's important that you wear the right kind of attire, I mean, a light shirt and a dark trouser for, male students. And similarly for women, the right kind of clothes that they should wear. And it shouldn't be that you carry your jeans and t-shirts approach from the college to the interview office. So you have to be very careful because many companies want students or maybe candidates who are well groomed. They take care of themselves. Shave yourself well. If required, apply talcum powder. Before going for an interview, if you have had food, then use something which can mask the smell of the food or something. So all these small things are there, but please take care of that. English language. How many of you all feel that English language is important for an interview? Okay, fine. So I think 30 to 40% people feel, but I feel that, in today's world, if you go for anywhere, it has become a universal language. So it's very important that your fluency in English language improves because otherwise you will not be able to communicate what you want to say. So अगर आपका English language अभी strong नहीं है, तो आपको उस पे ऊपर काम करना पड़ेगा. I think we have a speaker today, right, who is going to speak about English language. So we'll talk to you more about it. But it's very, very important that, you kind of take care of it and make your English powerful. Go to the next. So these are some of the actions which we can look at before going for the actual interview. So when you are sitting outside the cabin, so be positive, many a times you will have butterflies in your stomach. अरे अब मैं इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहा हूँ, क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, इंटरव्यूअर क्या पूछेगा, कुछ नहीं. यू हैव टू बी पॉजिटिव कि आज मैं जाके जीतने वाला हूँ या मैं इंटरव्यू क्रैक करने वाला हूँ. मार्क स्पिट्स का नाम सुना है किसी ने? हु इज ही मार्क स्पिट्स? स्विमर, राइट? सो ही won the maximum gold medals in swimming, 8. And every year he used to actually, increase his number of gold medals. So he used to say that मैं वो मतलब उधर जंप करने के पहले ही विजुअलाइज करता हूँ कि आई हैव वन दैट पर्टिकुलर रेस. उसके माइंड में बोलता मैं पहले जीतता हूँ और फिर एक्चुअल स्विमिंग पूल में जीतता हूँ. तो आपको पहले माइंड में ही रखना पड़ेगा कि यस मैंने ये इंटरव्यू जीत लिया है. ओके. सो टेक परमिशन टू एंटर द कैबिन. सो अगर आप कोई सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनीज़ में या कंसल्टेंसी कंपनीज़ है या कोई एमएनसीज़ में अगर आप जा रहे हो, सो वो लोग जो है दे फोकस वेरी मच ऑन एटिकेट्स, मैनरिज्म्स. सो इफ़ यू एंटर द कैबिन, बेटर यू नॉक द कैबिन एंड देन एंटर. डोंट जस्ट एंटर कि आपको बोला अभी आप अंदर जाओ, ऐसे खोल के मत जाओ. जस्ट नॉक एंड आस्क कैन आई कम इन सर. बिफोर सिटिंग ऑल्सो जस्ट आस्क कैन आई सिट सर. Go inside and tell good morning, good afternoon, good evening or whatever. while leaving, just tell that thank you for calling me for the interview, you know. So all these small things, which are called greetings also, make a positive impact on the interview. Body language, again your body language should be very sharp, strong and powerful. Okay, when you are going there, don't be like a भीगी बिल्ली की अरे मैं यहाँ पे आया हूँ इंटरव्यू के लिए, मुझे जॉब चाहिए. आपको जॉब चाहिए, उनको भी अच्छा कैंडिडेट चाहिए. सो यू थिंक दैट अगर आपका रिक्वायरमेंट 50% है तो उनका भी 50% है. इट इज़ नॉट दैट वो आपके ऊपर कुछ उपकार कर रहे हैं और दे आर डूइंग सम फेवर टू यू बाय गिविंग योर जॉब. नो, you are going to work for 8 hours, you are going to get paid for that. So don't be kind of, you know, don't devalue yourself. You know, value that yes, I am a good candidate, I will deliver what is required for the job, and वो confidence से आप अंदर जाइए और उसी तरह से आपका body language रखिए. When you shake hands with the interviewer, एकदम strong handshake होना चाहिए. When you sit, your posture should be erect. Okay, it should not be drowsy. So एकदम strong ऐसे मतलब don't have some fidgety movements. You know, some people tap their foot, some people actually ऐसे कुछ रखेंगे हाथ इधर उधर. Be very strong, be very powerful when you sit also, when you stand also, yeah. And smile. I think that is the best ornament, you know, anyone can have. No, the best thing to have is a good smile on the face when you enter the cabin. Okay, आप हंसेंगे तो सामने वाला इंटरव्यूअर भी थोड़ा सा कभी, you know, उसे थोड़ा पिघल जाता है. And the environment is very good. So keep your face smiling, yeah. Listening skill. I think this is one skill which is kind of Indians में बहुत कम रहता है. वो किसी ने भी कुछ बात किया तो दूसरा वो बात कंप्लीट होने के पहले ही ईगर टू स्पीक आउट. मुझे बात करनी है, वो फिर सामने वाले क्या बोल रहे हैं ना उसे उसका उसमें ध्यान ही नहीं रहता है. वो आप कभी भी देखो ग्रुप में बैठो आप, किसी ने स्टोरी चालू किया, अरे मैं ना उस दिन वो पहाड़ी पे गया था, उसका स्टोरी खत्म होने, अरे मैं भी गया था, मैं भी इधर. सो उसको कंप्लीट होने ही नहीं देते, यू नो. सो द थिंग इज व्हेन द इंटरव्यूअर इज स्पीकिंग, आप शांति से पहले उसको कंप्लीट करने दो, उसको क्या बोलना है, एंड देन यू रेस्पॉन्ड, डोंट रिएक्ट. 2 words are there, one is react, second is respond. इसमें कुछ फर्क है? रिएक्ट और रेस्पॉन्ड में फर्क है क्या? हाँ. सो आई हिट हिम लाइक दिस. हाँ, ही हिट्स मी बैक इमीडिएटली. दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड रिएक्शन, राइट? रिएक्ट हो गया. अभी आई हिट हिम लाइक दिस, ही इज नॉट हिटिंग मी. वो थोड़ी देर रुकता है, वो देन ही स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि मुझे क्यों मारा राजन ने. फिर वो सोचता है हाँ मैं सो रहा था करके मारा, मेरे जो उठाया. देन ही विल से इट इज राइट. मगर अगर वो बोलेगा नहीं मैं तो जाग रहा था फिर भी मुझे मारा, देन ही विल हिट मी बैक कि राजन क्यों मारा, राइट? सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिएक्शन एंड. सो लिसन टू व्हाट द इंटरव्यूअर इज आस्किंग. मीनिंग बिकॉज क्या होता है, इंटरव्यूअर एक क्वेश्चन पूछता है कुछ और आप आंसर दे दी दूसरा ही कुछ. बिकॉज सो उसके लिए क्या करना है, बिफोर यू गो इन टू द कैबिन इट सेल्फ, मिस्टर गाला ने बताया था कि मेडिटेशन इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, यू नो, टू कीप योर माइंड काम. यू हैव टू डू, आई मीन अभी मेडिटेशन वहाँ बैठ के तो कर नहीं सकते, नहीं तो बोलेगा इंटरव्यूअर की मेडिटेशन करने आया कि इंटरव्यू के लिए आया है. तो आपको क्या करना है, कैबिन में जाने के पहले यू कैन एक्चुअली डू सम ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज, नो, सम डीप ब्रीदिंग 1 2 3, जस्ट काउंट दैट सो दैट योर माइंड इज मोर रिलैक्स्ड. या नेक्स्ट. सो सुधीर जी आप मुझे टाइम कब होगा आप बता दीजिए. आई विल या ओके. सो ऑनेस्टी वी हैव स्पोकन, रॉन्ग आंसर्स. ओके, आई सो रॉन्ग आंसर्स अगेन अगर आप देते हैं तो वी विल डोंट बी काइंड ऑफ अफ्रेड कि अगर मैंने रॉन्ग आंसर दिया तो क्या होगा. मैनी टाइम्स इट हैपन्स, 10 में से सबको सब पूरे आएंगे नहीं. ओके, 20 आई विल जस्ट गो क्विकली नाउ. आस्क क्वेश्चंस, ग्रीटिंग्स. ओके, इंटरव्यूज, फॉलो अप. जब आप इंटरव्यू ख़त्म होने के बाद यू कैन डू सम फॉलो अप with the interviewer, but don't do excessive follow-up. Yeah. Next, please. Send a thank you note. Follow-up हो गया. Self. I'll go to the next now. Go. So go to the next slide. Next slide. So there are. So, yeah. So this is the I think standard question which is asked. Tell me about yourself. Okay. I think that is correct. ये सभी कोई भी इंटरव्यू में जाओगे और इसी के लिए कोई प्रिपेयर होके जाता ही नहीं है कभी. बट द थिंग इज इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू राइट you write on a piece of paper about the answer to this question, and the details that you should cover is your skills, qualifications, experience, personality, attitude. And so, I mean, next, इस पे जाइए. Name, qualification, skills, experience, achievements, family background, hobbies. So all these things you should cover, write it down, and then you answer. Don't go without preparation for an interview without writing for this answer for this particular question. क्योंकि यही starting का 90% of the time ये question रहेगा. Next. I will not talk about it too much. So strengths वगैरह जो है, आपका क्या strength है वो आपको पता होना चाहिए, वो भी आप लिख के जाइए. Yeah, go next. Again, weaknesses. So weaknesses में many times people, when you ask a question, what is your weakness? So they will say मेरा weakness कुछ भी नहीं है. तो ऐसे नहीं होता है, no? I mean, everybody will have some or the other weakness. What the interviewer wants to see is whether you are aware about your weakness. There is nothing wrong in having a weakness. कि मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि I am emotional, या मेरा time management अच्छा नहीं है, या और कुछ. But उसको आपको क्या twist देना है कि my time management is not good, but I am working on it. I have attended some classes and trying to improve it. So उसके साथ आप उसके लिए improve करने के लिए क्या कर रहे हो वो भी बोलना ज़रूरी है. या next. Why should we hire you? Again, they are trying to see कि आपका real motive क्या है, to get this particular job. Whether you just want to this job because you want money, or you अभी job नहीं है, या आप पहले वाले job में frustrate हो गए, या जो भी है. So you have to be a little kind of diplomatic while answering this. Tell them, कि भाई मुझे learning करना है, grow करना है, career development करना है. Yeah, next. And next, I will skip some of the slide because of time नहीं है. Next. Again here, career, आपका जो answer रहता है, why do you want, if you are working, then why do you want to leave the current job? So career, जो भी है career को तो अगर आप बोल सकते हैं. Next, yeah. Achievements हो गया, ठीक है. Again, where do you see yourself in 5 years? कि आप 5 साल में कहाँ देखते हो? तो you can break it into short term and long term. Okay, short term में कहाँ आपको where do you see yourself, and long term में. Don't try to be over ambitious. Try to be more realistic, but थोड़ा सा challenging also you can put. And next. Salary expectations. So when they ask कि भाई salary expectation क्या है? So normally for a fresher, it could be as per company norms. If the company is good, normally what they do is for all the candidates, whoever is they are selecting, they will give a fair salary. So you don't need to worry about, if it's a professionally managed and a good company. But if it is, just go back. Not a kind of, it's a small company, uska kuch standard rules and regulations nahi hai, then you can put forward whatever you want. Yeah, and if you are an experienced, then you can ask, or if you feel that your skills, like maybe I am an MCA in something, artificial intelligence. Now this skill is very rare in the market. Okay, I am an app developer, a very rare skill. There you can demand what you want. Yeah, next. Yeah, so last mein they might ask you, do you have any questions? Okay, so don't say I don't have any questions. And just don't ask about your salary, क्या leave क्या है, मुझे क्या मिलेगा, मुझे उससे ज़्यादा you ask some intelligent questions. Okay, what is the role in the company, what I will have to do, where I will be posted, what are the company challenges. I went through the company financials and so I saw this. So what is the reason for this particular growth or degrowth or profit or loss? Okay, yeah, so go to the next slide. Yeah. So basically, qualities I feel that are required for success are attitude and focus. Yeah, go next. So attitude is, they say makes 85%, and your skills and knowledge going forward will only be contributing to 15% of your success. So अगर आपका attitude right है, then what happens you will see. Go to the next slide. So it's your attitude, just see attitude, not your aptitude, that will determine your altitude. ये हमेशा याद रखना. It's your, go back. Attitude, जो आपका अगर attitude सही है, that will act, and not your aptitude. मतलब aptitude is important, but it is not enough. Only then you can really grow. It will determine your altitude. Yeah. So just an example here. There are two people. कौन है ये लोग? Sachin and Vinod Kambli. Okay, both had equal talent when they started. डू यू एग्री? उनमें उतना ही टैलेंट था दोनों में कि सचिन का बहुत ज़्यादा था और विनोद का बहुत कम था? सेम था, राइट? एंड सम पीपल यूज्ड टू से कि विनोद कांबली वाज प्रॉब्ली मोर टैलेंटेड देन सचिन. ओके, बट आफ्टर 20 years what happened? One became Bharat Ratna and second person actually couldn't really complete his career also. You know, he had to actually cut short his career. And what is the difference between these two? Yeah, very right you said. Attitude, yeah. एक कांजूर से था, एक दादर से था. Very right, yeah. Sorry? So if you see bottom side, it is Rahul Dravid. Okay? Persistent hard work always beats talent. He was not maybe as talented as both these guys, but because of his hard work, you know, he was called the wall, right? He was called the wall. Yeah, next. So focus. Who is this? Arjun, right? So he was the only person to hit the eye because of his focus, yeah? So, this is Kohinoor diamond, right? Which is the most precious diamond in the world? Obviously, right? Kohinoor. Abhi kidhar hai wo? UK mein, right? So, why it is costly? Why it is the costliest? Sorry? Cuts. Okay, yeah, one the answer is cuts. Sorry? 3 C's. Yeah, 3 C's. Cut, clarity and color. Cut, clarity and color. So, technical answer. Very right. Anyone else?
Many angles.
It has many angles. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely right. Absolutely. Big round of applause. Absolutely right. Unique. ये जो आंसर है ना, यूनिक. It is the only diamond which has got 3 C's which are absolutely unique. Okay? You know, unique. And what about all of you all sitting here? All. What are you? What are unique? You are unique, right? A is equal to B. So B is equal to C. So if you all are unique, what are you all? You all are Kohinoor or no? You are Kohinoor? Are you Kohinoor or no? Please say loudly, I am Kohinoor. I am Kohinoor. I am Kohinoor. Right? So it means if you are Kohinoor, it means you are unique. So you can do really well in life. Next slide, please. Pursue excellence, success will follow. Next. And then you will become the champions. A big round of applause for all the champions sitting here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajanji, for such a wonderful presentation. I request our President, Ashwin Bhai, to please offer him a small gift from our club. Take it. Thank you so much.